Okay, so this is a interesting run because I did not play it very well, and yet I feel like I could still have gotten pretty far if I just made a couple of things a little bit better. So the thing that we start out in the ocean world, and then I immediately realize I don't want to play that, so I ask to switch the seed. We get the switch, and then we're in the desert temple. Now the desert temple is really straightforward. I really like these seeds. They're pretty easy. I go down here and I'm just gonna let the explosion play out because I just really like watching explosions. There we go, a nice explosion. And then we get diamonds. So that means we're gonna get a diamond pickaxe, and then we're gonna get the rest of our iron, and we're going to make our tools and go to the nether. Now, I think I actually cooked in this overworld a little bit because, like, watch this. I don't pillar up. I would go outside here, and then I immediately go to the trees. But I see there is some gravel here, so I put one of my TNT down here. I blow it up, and then as it blows up, I go over here and I try and overlap as much as I can of getting another couple trees here. So I do have to make another pressure plate, which is unfortunate, but I don't think it really is that big of a deal. I probably could have saved myself a little bit of trouble if I had been able to make gold boots, but I get my flint. I'm a little bit stuck here, but I don't think it's that big of a time loss considering while this was happening, the explosion was going off, which means I was able to overlap it. So I have my wood. I think I have one more tree, but I'm not sure. I know that I really want to find the lava pool at this point because I still need to craft my stuff. So I think I start crafting here. And I messed this up a little bit. These are all like micro time losses. They're not like that bad, but at my level, which is a pretty low level, this is not that bad. I think I see in the distance, and not right now, I think in a second I see in the distance there's a lava pool behind the desert temple. So I start going for that. At this point, I was just kind of like spinning around though because I wasn't sure. So there is a lava pool over there. You can see the stone, and just as a kind of rule of thumb, that means there's either a cave or that there's a lava pool. So I go over there, and it is a lava pool. And so 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, I'm starting to build my portal. I also see there's a ruined portal. I don't think I go for it though. We'll see because I still have to make all my tools. My opponent hasn't gotten hot stuff yet, which means I'm definitely ahead. I didn't make any big mistakes, like I didn't make shears or anything like that, which probably would have cost me the run. I do have to go back and get water, which is a little bit of a time loss. And while I'm building this portal, I do want to talk about something. I made a playlist with all of my runs that I have commentaries for, that they're just no commentary full runs. The reason I did that is because I'm realizing as I make these videos, I'm cutting a lot of stuff because I only have so much to say, and because even if I like tried to drag everything out, like it's the speedrun isn't that interesting the whole time. It's only interesting for like 10 minutes. And the reason why it's only interesting for 10 minutes is because there's different checkpoints in a run that make it interesting. And so like for something like this where I'm going to be commentating over most of this run, I feel like there's probably some people who want to watch the full uncut run. So there are some things in here that I'm going to like skip over. Like for example, if I die, I might just like skip over me getting my stuff back because that's just me repeating the same thing again. But if you did want to watch me do that for whatever reason, just because you're some sick freak who gets off on me losing all my stuff to another, yeah, you can. Like, you can watch the full thing. I figured that was just like something people like watching on commentary videos. On comment, that's not a word. People like watching videos of just people speedrunning. So I figured I would give you guys that just in case you want it. Again, I don't think I go for the ruined portal here. Oh, I do. Do I? If I don't, I'm such an idiot. I do. Okay. I was gonna say if I don't go for it, it's kind of stupid. I don't think I make any gold armor though. Which if I don't, that's kind of dumb. I'm just like rewatching this as I'm doing the commentary, which is why I have no idea. I probably could have just saved a little bit of time if I just didn't make a sword. I guess I wouldn't have gotten them all the gold, but at the same time, I don't think it really matters that much. I do my E-rate again, and it's by my stuff. Like it's obviously it's the same direction. I was just not paying close enough attention, I guess. The bastion is what I'm like end up going to because again I can't pyrite. I don't know how to, so it could have been a fort for all I know, but it is a bastion. It's actually stables. I think it's stables, and the reason why I say it's stables is because of the outline. And so when it's the outline, just the way it's structured, I think it's stables, but I don't actually go to the stable part of it, so I don't know. But anyway, I see enough in the distance, and it's the terrain to get here is kind of terrible. As I kind of foreshadowed, I do die. So getting back here is kind of stupid. I take so much damage there, which is bad for two reasons. But the main one is just that I have no food. It's also bad because I don't have gold armor because I'm a dummy and I did not make it. So, like, the piglins are gonna aggro on me. Did I make gold armor? Did I really? I did. Okay, cool. Probably could have gotten away with doing boots, but I like gold helmets more because sometimes you get iron shoes with soul speed, and then you don't want to have to replace them. So that's why I do helmets. But anyway, so we go over here, slowly bridging over. There is the benefit that we have like a million blocks because it was a desert temple. I don't actually know the route for this. I'm gonna say that a lot in these commentaries. I do not know the route, so I'm just like kind of looking around, trying to be careful because I don't want to accidentally mine gilded blackstone and anger a piglin. I think I know what I'm looking for at this point. I'm looking for like a floor pattern that's different. I see it here, but I don't really know. Like I don't really want to use it. I want to like find the chest room because there is like a chest in this bastion. I'm pretty sure. And so I don't actually know what I'm doing. I think I'm just trying to make a hole for piglins. I throw some gold in there for him. I mine the couple blocks here. I block myself in because I was like really worried that I was just going to get like destroyed. I also thought that the piglins would come in from the side, which is wrong. Piglins actually coming from the opposite side. So my piglin hole was in the wrong spot in the first place, and then I also just couldn't have lured any piglins in from that point. I did try and break this block here just because I thought they would like fall from the sky. That did not work. If it did, I'd be kind of surprised because it's a pretty long fall. I throw some of my gold down. It doesn't really do much. I don't even think it goes in the hole. I mine this, and this is where I make my terrible mistake that causes me to die. I obviously I'm not an idiot. Like I block myself in, but the problem is that I break I break the bottom block. I don't break the top block. I'm sorry, I break the top block and the bottom block. That causes everybody just to get pushed over because they they push themselves past the hole. Because if I had broken the bottom block, they would have all been forced, probably been forced just to go in the hole. But because I broke the top block, they like walked over and they got pushed. So it was really stupid. This is like a full 30 seconds of me just running back to my stuff, which is why it's at 400% speed. Because why do you want to watch this? My opponent is I think it's pronounced Little Rock Eater because how else do you pronounce ROQ? I think it's rock. So Little Rock Eater. And honestly, the rest of this run is pretty simple, but I do since I do die, like it sets me back a lot. I already have a lot of pearls, so I'm not super worried. And I also have a lot of pigs, so again, there's really no reason for me to like be afraid of this run ending badly. So I throw the rest of my gold, and then I honestly don't remember. But I do know that there is chests that I get. So we're gonna be surprised while we do this. I kind of ran out of topics to talk about, honestly. The reason I'm doing this commentary stuff anyways, because I want to like work on reflection. I want to work on just like storytelling in general. Not even necessarily inflection, but just storytelling in general. And I like genuinely forgot what I wanted to talk about today. There was like literally that. Oh, I'm getting a new monitor. I ordered that like 2 days ago. That should be fun. That should be actually like really fun because I'm going to school for video editing, and so because of that, I like having two monitors. Now, two monitors are good for literally any major, but having two monitors for video editing is so nice because you can organize your footage and then you can have one monitor that's literally just Premiere. And if you have a decent computer, you can open Premiere and After Effects, and they're linked. So it's very useful. My computer is not good enough to do both Premiere Pro and After Effects without being a little bit slow or potentially crashing, but it is pretty good. And I really like the dual monitor setup. So I got a Scepter monitor. I don't know if that brand is actually that good. I just it was $100, and I feel like it's a lot of money to be spending on something you don't know the quality of. But the brand I have right now is Acer, and this monitor is absolute dog water. It's actually terrible, but like it was a gift, so like I'm not really counting it as like a huge loss, but it's just terrible, and I'm pretty sure it is the monitor because I did actually try to get cords that would work, but it just didn't work. Like, and when I say they don't work, I mean the monitor itself turns on, but every time I move my, if I like accidentally bump my table a little bit, it just shuts off. Like my monitor, it just is so loose. The cabling is so loose, it just shuts off immediately. And so I'm constantly in a battle of like the screen flickering on and off. It's terrible, and I actually hate it. Like it's oh, I just stuttered so badly. I actually hate how bad the monitor is. It is so frustrating when you're trying to do something and you just need to see two screens at once, especially if I'm writing a paper or something. Having sources on screen is so nice, but no, you just can't because guess what? The monitor is just gonna flicker off randomly. It's very, very annoying. It's not the end of the world, but it's just having this new monitor is going to be really nice. I'm going to either pick it up today or tomorrow. And honestly, it's just like I have to drive to my parents' house to pick it up because I do have a mailbox actually, but I don't use it. So that's my plan. And that's my plan for the evening. I'm going to record this, do some homework, pick that up. Hopefully, hopefully, the next commentary you guys hear, I'm going to be talking about it. I just want to reiterate because this run is probably going to end soon. Spoilers. I do have another playlist. I already said this at the beginning of the run. I have a no commentary playlist. It's all of the same runs, but they're just longer because I don't want to upload a 54-minute commentary video. That's a very long time to be rambling. But I do have the uncommentary playlist, so if you want that, again, uncommentary is not a word. If you want that though, it is an option. I'm going to start linking it in the description of videos. However, it is a public playlist, so there's not really like it's kind of secret, but it's not like really that secret. I know RecRep does this too. He calls it like the secret speedrunning playlist. Mine are not highlights. His are like actually good, but like mine are just going to be the same videos, but just longer and uncut, so you can watch more gameplay. Because I know some people like watching it, and honestly, I think even if you don't really like watching it, I think it's going to be interesting to document my games and to keep track of them, especially because replays do not work for me for some reason. Like, I just can't see replays of my gameplay. This is where the run dies, though. I have no food, right? I have 11 rotten flesh. A gas is shooting at me. What am I going to do? I'm going to throw a pearl. I'm going to go in a random direction and pray that I find a fortress, because honestly, what can you do at this point? My opponent wants to do a draw, and I'm like thinking, I'm ahead. They've entered the fortress though, so I'm actually not ahead. But in my head, I'm like thinking, they entered the fortress. Like I have all my stuff though. Like there's no way that like I'm not that far behind. If I find the fort in the next minute or so, I can just do like a death reset or something, because I have enough. Even if I don't have enough for a respawn anchor, I definitely have enough to build a portal and go to the overworld and set a bed. So like, worst case scenario, I do that. But no, I'm at 8th, I'm at 8 rotten flesh now, down by 2.5 hunger bars. There is no way I'm going to win this. There is no reality in which I somehow survive with 7, no, 6, that'd be 6 rotten flesh. Like, I tried digging a hole, and then I just immediately get out of it because I realize I'm gonna get shot. This is terrible. I'm just going in circles at this point. I don't even remember what direction I was supposed to be going in because I've been running around in circles so much. I end up trying to go this direction. I'm like looking at my dirt pillar. I'm thinking, okay, I gotta go this way and throw a burrow. I'm now on 1 heart. I can get one tapped by the skeleton. I try and block myself into not get hit, but I get hit. And then I'm like, okay, we can just draw the vote because the 30 seconds were not up yet. So they take the draw, and we end this round. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully next round goes better. But I will see you in the next one with a brand new monitor. Check out my new playlist, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.